So once again, thank you for joining us. The title of our webinar this morning is Windows 10 Fundamentals, Tips, and Tricks. Windows 10 is the newest operating system from Microsoft. And Microsoft has really shifted its focus and attention over the last few years. And what they're trying to do as a company, as a whole in corporate direction, is to initiate a cloud-first, mobile-first solution. And that comes across all of their products and throughout all of their business units. They're concerned with having a cloud-first, mobile-first. And so Windows 10 is actually the first operating system that has been released with primarily that goal in mind of being able to allow you to easily connect to the cloud and allow you to be able to use this operating system in a mobile fashion across all of your devices. So it's the same operating system across a desktop, PC, a tablet, a phone. And so really that's what the vision is. And we're going to talk about that throughout this morning's webinar. A little bit about myself. My name is Dennis Gentles. I am the CEO of Cloud First Technology Solutions. We are a Microsoft Silver Partner, and we are a premier partner for the Microsoft Community Connections Program. Our goal in partnering with North State Building Industry Association is to provide education to business owners and to business leadership in the community. And this education is done in such a way that it is offered without any obligation to purchase anything or not in a sales type of environment. So you can be open to freely ask questions throughout the webinar, and there will be an open forum for you to ask questions later on. One of the exciting things about each of these webinars and the series that we have is that each one we give away a free copy of Office 365. So it's a free Office 365 license that you'll get. Well, not everyone, but one winner will be able to receive that. Additionally, each person gets a 30-day trial of Office 365 if they would like to use it for 30 days to test it out. And along with that, our company offers free support for that 30 days so we can help with any technical issue that you may have in testing it out. And a $50 gift certificate for any additional training that you may have or would like to do at a Microsoft store. So with all of that said, let's move forward. Let's see. Let's begin our presentation. So the Microsoft Windows 10 interface is very simple. It's very inviting. It is the same across all platforms, whether it might be a mobile device or a tablet or a PC. Today, with the construction industry, there is constant changes, and there are adjustments that have to be done because of highly fragmented teams, or perhaps there's a shortage of labor, or there's high competition, or tight margins. So therefore, in the industry, whether it's builders or those who supply builders, or whether it's insurance that's supporting the building industry, as a whole, there is a concern on focusing on technology in order to deliver the best and the quickest, the fastest returns on one's investment. Technology, in a prior seminar that Cloud First delivered, we explained how technology in many cases has been a differentiator for organizations in order to catapult their organization and to compete effectively, and being able to use technology in order to reach their customers, in order to streamline their business processes, and things of the like. For instance, as we see here, mobile devices have enabled construction workers to be able to share 3D designs, collaborate efficiently if there is an architect and engineers, as well as those who are implementing the construction project, they're able to look at designs and share them in real time and be able to share them across various devices, whether someone is in the office and a PC, or someone has a handheld tablet and they're looking at maybe the newest updates to a plan, to some architectural designs. And so those are the type of things that are possible using some of the latest technology. Windows 10 is a great example of that. Before we move further, I'm going to start a poll, and if you are on the webinar, please, you'll be able to see the poll, and please answer candidly. Let me open this up. So the title of this poll is, do you use Windows 10? So are you currently using it at your company? I do use Windows 10 at work, I do not use it at work, but I use it at home. I don't currently use Windows 10, but I plan on upgrading soon. Or I do use Windows 10, I do not use Windows 10, and I'm not looking to upgrade yet. So the poll is on the screen, and I'm just trying to get an understanding of who's out there and what they may be looking for out of this particular webinar and how we can assist with the content that I share. All right, so it looks like there is 40% those who use it at work but not at home, and about 40% who do not use it yet, but they're looking to upgrade. So that is good. And then there are some that do not use it yet, but they're not ready to upgrade just yet. But they are interested in learning more about Windows 10. Okay, so with that, let's continue our presentation here. So in talking about mobile devices, it's Windows 10. We're going to talk a little bit about mobile devices even more so because the vision of being able to use Windows 10 across multiple devices, and now more and more people are using mobile devices in order to conduct business. Whether not before, it was just a salesperson who was always on the go, who constantly needs to look at updates for their customers and constantly look up information on perhaps a mobile device. It's not that segment only anymore. It seems like everyone, no matter where they are, what part of the company that they're working with, they need access to information constantly. And whether they're in front of a desktop or not, they need to get access. In the construction industry, a poll of 80% of construction professionals already use mobile devices in order to manage projects, with the top use of being able to access customer and job information. There's drawings, schedules, photos, documents. Those things are needed whether you're in the office or you're out in the field. Being able to do updates, daily reports, job costing, project reports, time capture, approval. Those are the top uses of a mobile device, whether it's Windows 10 on a tablet or Windows 10 on a mobile phone. Those are the usage is there. So let's move on. Windows 10 enables you to do quite a few things. One, it makes it a little bit easier to digitize your work. It inspires collaboration, design, engineering. It boosts productivity, both in field services and as well as back-end operations. One of the things that Windows 10 really shines or stands out at is the ability to easily collaborate and share information, not only across devices but across teams of persons and with others in your department or other departments. It makes it easier for your entire company to use data and to share data and to forward it in a manner that increases productivity for your entire company. So Windows 10, Windows 10 is familiar in the sense that it has a lot of the familiarities of Windows 7. A lot of individuals didn't like Windows 8. I didn't like it. Windows 8 kind of took those tiles and just made things kind of strange and a little bit difficult to navigate, in my opinion. However, Windows 7 was a very popular operating system, and Windows 10 now takes some of the features of Windows 8 when it comes to the tiles, but then also a lot of the familiarity and the design of Windows 7. So it is now a more friendly operating system in general. It's designed for not only on the devices that use it, devices also are concerned with battery life, but Windows 10 as an operating system that sits on those devices does a better job at managing battery life. So that's an excellent benefit when it comes to using it on different types of devices. It's designed to be fast, it's designed to be responsive, and it's also designed to for security. It is there, it gives you protection in order to stay current. So one of the primary features of Windows 10 is a new assistant, and that assistant is called Cortana. So I'm going to give a poll about Cortana. So the poll asks, have you heard about Cortana? And you can't include the fact that I just mentioned it. So have you heard Cortana before I mentioned it? Have you heard about it before? Have you never heard about it? Are you using it? And so it looks like we have the majority saying that they've heard about it, but they haven't used it, and the other majority saying, not the other majority, but 75% say that they've heard about it and haven't used it, and 25% say they have not heard about it at all. So let's talk a little bit about Cortana. Back to the presentation. So this scary looking picture is Cortana. Cortana learns over time and becomes more useful. So it's Microsoft version of Siri for your. So Siri is for an Apple, an iPad, an iPhone, and you'd ask Siri questions, and Siri will give you responses, and will help you to schedule your day, and it will help you do a variety of things. Cortana is Microsoft's answer to that. And so Cortana, however, is designed to work, again, across all platforms, from your PC to your tablet to your mobile device, and it learns more about you and is able to assist you with very useful things throughout the day. So it pays attention to the things that you like, don't like, pays attention to your searches, it pays attention to the things that you're interested in so that it can offer up assistance as needed. And so over time, it becomes more and more valuable. You are able to see and decide what Cortana knows, and you're also able to control the detail that Cortana is able to have about you. So if you're worried, I don't want Cortana to know everything about me, you can segment things off, or you can open it up where Cortana can tell you, oh, you have a flight in 15 minutes, and well, if it's 15 minutes before your flight, you probably miss it anyway. But Cortana can be allowed to tell you things in advance and be a personal assistant, not just in personal matters, but of course with business as well. A report is due. Cortana you can speak to Cortana, and she can tell you about information by searching the web and connecting it with things that she already knows. So it uses machine learning, and again, it increases over time its effectiveness. Windows, again, is made uniquely for you. It is a secure operating system. It has a secure authentication method. It allows you to log in as yourself. You can do that with your fingerprint on devices that have a fingerprint reader. You can use it quickly with a PIN code. It also has the ability to give you two-factor authentication. And for many companies, that's becoming increasingly more important when it comes to security. Not if someone were to find out your username and password, and then they could break into your system and kind of extract things. Using two-factor authentication, someone would not only just need your username and password, they also would have to have some other type of way of authenticating that they are you. So it could be done by having a fingerprint. It could be done by perhaps a token device that gives you a code. Some banks use that. It could be done by looking at your particular machine and looking at the digital signature of the laptop or the device that you're connecting with. So in order for someone to break into your system, they would not only have to have your username and password, but they would have to have some other form of authentication. And that makes it much more difficult for someone to hack into your system, and it also makes your system much more secure. And so from a personal point of view, that's important, but also from a company point of view, it makes things much more secure for a company as a whole and allows them to be even more compliant. Some persons are, if it's a public company, they're under Sarbanes-Oxley compliance and other types of compliance that are out there. HIPAA for health insurance for health companies, whether it's insurance or medical or whatever it might be. Those type of compliance is very important. Sometimes even being a subcontractor for those type of companies, they also look at the security that their vendors have. So even from a construction point of view, working on a bank may have certain regulations in which they're looking for those vendors and the subcontractors that are working with them to have a level of security in working with them. So two-factor authentication is a wonderful bonus of Windows 10. And going a little bit further, Windows 10 being connected to the cloud very easily, it allows you to do authentication against Azure Active Directory, which is a cloud-based directory of users. The usernames and the passwords are stored in the cloud. And your mobile device, your laptop, will be able to authenticate or log in to the system using Azure Active Directory or using the cloud, rather than having a company having to have domain controllers and security servers on premise. And that makes it very easy for anyone to be anywhere in the world and to log in securely and be able to access the information. So if you understand that, if you have more questions about it, you can put that in the chat window. We can talk about it later when we open it up. Now, Windows 10 for doing multitasking. Multitasking is much easier with Windows 10. It allows you to spend less time moving around, going from screen to screen or from application to application. It allows you to snap 4 windows into one screen. Much easier than before. It allows you to get a better command of your desktop. There's a task view button, and you can open applications and docs in a single view and be able to manage easily what you're doing. And so if your screen begins to get crowded, you can also create a virtual desktop. So on your Windows 10 PC, you could say, well, this is the desktop that I use when I'm at work. And you can have your desktop applications and the specific work applications on that particular desktop. But then when you get home, there may be another desktop. that you have saved, and you can bring that desktop up with all of your applications and all of your icons. And so that way, things are segmented, and it's easier for you to get what you need to get done depending on what role you're in. If you have two types of positions at work, you can have your one hat, you're doing finance, another hat, you're doing something else. Well, you can use two different desktops once again. It makes work much easier, and it increases productivity as well. So something else new about Windows 10 is Microsoft Edge. So now, who's heard of Microsoft Edge? I'm going to skip the poll on this one. I'm going to tell you. Microsoft Edge is Microsoft's new Internet Explorer. It's their new web browser. And some of the wonderful benefits about Edge is that it makes it easy for you to mark on web pages. You can take a marker on, not an actual marker, but a highlighter on your screen, virtual, and you can circle things and make notes on the web page, and then you can save that web page for later. And so it's almost like scrapbooking your web page. It makes it easier to read. It has a reading mode. It makes it easier to move on. It's a faster operating system, or faster browser than previous versions of Internet Explorer. Picture there you go. So this is a picture of being able to make a mark on a web page. There is a web page. I've got some type of travel destination, and someone here circled the canoe that is going down a waterfall. And again, being able to highlight things on a static web page is a new feature of Edge. So there is Windows 10 also includes Continuum, which gives you the ability to ensure that your apps and the content are displayed beautifully across all different types of devices. So you can type what you need, or touch on a screen that has touch enabled, for instance your tablet or your mobile device, and you will always have the choice of running an application in a desktop or in tablet mode. Therefore, the point is that no matter whether you're typing or you're touching or you are on a PC or you are on a tablet, applications adjust depending on the size, and that makes it easier for you to be able to use the same apps across different devices. Windows Continuum has the power of a PC. It allows you to take small devices and plug them into a monitor. It allows you to plug them into a projector. And again, this all increases the ability to be productive across no matter what device that you have. You can share two screens at once, maybe have one image, the same image on your mobile device, on your phone, and project the same image on your PC as well in a mirroring style. Gaming and Xbox, that's another thing that Microsoft decided to do, in being able to take the same type of platform, move it over to games, move it over so that the same type of experience goes across on an Xbox. So games that you get on an Xbox, you can also play them on a PC and vice versa. That's really what the goal is for that. So one of the cool things about Windows 10 are built-in apps. So there's photos, there's maps, there's Groove, there's movies and TV, and there's a multitasking feature that allows you to snap apps onto the screen and create multiple desktops and seeing all the files in one particular view. This is great because it integrates very nicely. Your apps are are are. Let's take for instance with an iPad. On an iPad, you can download various different types of apps and run them on your iPad. But those same apps may not necessarily run on your Mac, even though they're both an iOS operating system. What Microsoft is trying to do with Windows 10 is allow you to have a tablet and you can download little apps and install them just like you would install on an iPad, but you can install them on a Windows 10 tablet. Those apps, now that you've downloaded them into your Windows 10 tablet, are now available on your PC. And so you can go and install those same apps onto your PC, and they will look the same as they did on your tablet. They will adjust screen sizes. And if you had a Windows phone, Windows 10 phone, you would be able to do the same thing. So the point is this, is that these great apps that you have shift with you no matter what device that you're on. Using OneDrive for Business, which is integrated into Windows 10, you'd have to have, of course, a free OneDrive account or Office 365 OneDrive account, but you stored your files there. And your files now have the ability to be accessed wherever you go. Again, not only having the apps available to you across devices, but also having your files, your documents, your pictures, your music available to you across all devices as well. So talking a little bit about maps, the new maps in Windows 10 allows you to sync your favorite locations across all your devices. The map on Windows allows you to navigate from place to place, very similar to if you have an Apple or an Android phone, you have your directions and your maps there. However, once again, this is for integration across all different types of platforms. And so the same thing that you may have searched for on your phone, or you may have gotten GPS directions while in the car on your phone, now you have access to that same information on your tablet or on your PC. Again, it syncs across all devices. Photos. You are able to once again be able to share your photos, share information. From a company point of view, this Windows 10 allows companies to have their marketing department perhaps photos and images that they need in order for marketing to be able to store those on OneDrive, and then being able to access your marketing department or whoever be able to access that across devices and wherever they are as well. It's great for sharing, being able to share it even with an outside. Perhaps you don't have an inside marketing department, or you may have a small one, and then you have an external agency that assists you. Some of the problems there is being able to share data back and forth and share large files. Again, OneDrive in Windows 10 makes that very simple and easy to do. Calendaring and mail. These are also apps that are found in Windows 10. Outside of Microsoft Outlook, which many companies and many persons use, there is a native mail app that comes with Windows 10 that allows you to quickly be able to access your email across all of your devices as well. It has great features, so if one does not happen to have the desktop version or any version of Outlook, they're able to use this Windows 10 mail client that is included. And calendaring is very simple as well with this particular client. Communication on Windows 10. It makes it very easy for you to prioritize the people that you work with. Again, across devices. Your favorite people can easily be in your start. You'll be able to see them with just one tap. Integrating this with something like Skype for Business or Skype, you can quickly tap on a person and now be connected to that person via a phone call or by a chat or by video conference, depending on what additional service that you may have behind that, whether it's Skype or Skype for Business. So using the Windows Store, we talked a little bit about apps and being able to download them on one particular device and being able to use them across all. And so this slide pretty much talks about that, being able to go to the Windows Store, get a variety of great free apps and apps that you may have to pay for, and not only being able to use those apps on a mobile device, but being able to use those apps on a PC as well. Another cool feature of Windows 10 is the ability to use OneNote. OneNote is, not sure how many are familiar with Evernote, but Evernote is an application that became very popular for storing digital notes. OneNote is very similar in that regard, but it's a Microsoft product. And OneNote is also made in such a way that it is easy to synchronize your notes across devices. So there's various uses of OneNote that I've seen. Organizations out in the field, perhaps taking notes, salespersons taking notes out about their customers and keeping them in a particular notebook. And then they're able to share that notebook with others on their team. It allows you to snap pictures, take pictures from Edge, from the Internet Explorer, and put them directly into a OneNote page, or to just make a snip out of something that's on your screen and store it in a OneNote page, or using your mobile device, using the OneNote app on your phone, and that's available on Windows 10 or on Android or on iOS. You're able to use your phone to take pictures of certain things, perhaps being, let's just say, in a construction project. There are some questions about how the project is moving along, or how a particular portion of it is being built. You take a picture of it, put it into OneNote, write notes on it, share it with others on your team, and so it allows great flexibility for saving data that you can get on the fly. It allows you to take a pen and write on it digitally. And so it's like having a digital notepad that's always with you. If you write one note on your PC, if you take a note and you type it on your PC, and then later you leave the office and you are at the grocery store, for instance, you type the grocery list, things that you have to get later on in the day, and then now it's time to look at that grocery list. Well, you take out your mobile device, even though you may have typed that list on your PC in the office. Well, now it's later on that evening at the grocery store. You can just open up your mobile device and find that note right there and being able to get that information. So you can see there's a wide variety of uses for OneNote, and OneNote being built into Windows 10 makes it very easy for you to share information. Here is some interesting pictures, a view of how OneNote can be used as a scratch pad. Now, OneDrive, we talked a little bit about that. OneDrive is also integrated into Windows 10. OneDrive is online storage, and it allows you to share your files and your photos and your music. It offers 15 gigabytes of data for free. You get much more data. In certain versions of Office 365, a company can get up to 1 terabyte of free storage. Well, not free, because Office 365, you're paying for it in whatever plan that you particularly choose. But it also provides a great value for an organization, rather than having a file server in which organizations, or they have to have their teams connect to a shared drive. Well, now teams can easily have shared storage, and each person can have up to 1 terabyte of storage, and they're able to quickly share files and applications and data with one another on OneDrive. So OneDrive being included in Windows 10 makes it a wonderful choice for using it at home or in the office. Another part of it is Skype. Skype is integrated in Windows 10. Skype is the free version of the communication software. Skype for Business is an upgrade that is something that is used with Office 365. And I'm mentioning Office 365 quite a bit because in reality Windows 10 was built to connect to Office 365 in a very easy and simple way, where as soon as you log into your Windows 10 PC. It allows you to log into Office 365 and it's seamless. So back to Skype, Skype is the free version of the communication software in which you're able to make video calls and voice calls as well as chat. But then Skype for Business allows you to do it on a corporate level where you now have a directory of everyone in your organization. You're able to see skills and you are able to connect to other persons in your company in a much more secure fashion that is simple to use. Windows and Office. Microsoft Office is, again, very popular. 90% of the world uses Windows Office for productivity. Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Windows 10 and Office integrates seamlessly as well. It creates a wonderful experience where you can log into your Office and the settings from Windows 10 and from Office transfer to each device. So you can get the mobile version of Word, install it on your Windows 10 tablet, the mobile version of Excel, for instance, put it on your mobile device, even on an Android or iOS, and you're able to log in with your Windows 10 login, and that information shares. Even the settings that you may have. So, for instance, you may have a special setting in your Word that allows you to a certain type of formatting when you create it. Well, if you set that up, those settings on your PC, those settings cross, and the same settings would be on your tablet and also on your mobile device as well. So collaborating, sharing with Microsoft Office, it's much easier on a Windows 10 platform. Then there is Bing. Bing is Microsoft's search engine. So the Windows integration with Bing is accentuated with Windows 10, in that Windows 10 powered by Bing enables you to get things done much faster. Cortana is built into Windows 10. Cortana is able to connect to Bing and do searches and being able to bring back information to you in a very quick and seamless manner. Really, the search inside of Windows 10 extends out to Bing. So if you're searching for something on your desktop, it may not find it, and in the background it goes out to Bing to try to find some other information about what you might be searching for. It really is a platform that brings everything together. Being that Bing is cross-platform, that you can use it on all different types of devices, it makes it quite easier for you to save your preferences, save your past searches. If you search for one thing on your mobile device, you can find that same search later on your desktop device and with any other device that you may be using. The vision of Windows 10 is having high productivity and ease of use, familiarity in a one world or a cloud first, a mobile first environment. Being able to have one experience across all devices. So those are some of the features of Windows 10. If you are thinking about using Windows 10 in the future, as some of you have indicated, these are some of the features that you can look out for. If you are using it now at home but not yet at work, you can see the benefits of having your organization standardize on using an operating system such as that. And so I hope you were able to get some information and a greater understanding of Windows 10. If you have any further questions, you can reach out to me at the email address here, dgentles@cloudfirstinc.com. But right now, I will open up for any additional questions that you may have that you can put into the chat window. Also, you want to stay tuned because we will be selecting a winner for our Office 365 subscription. Okay. So one of the things I also want to remind you of is our next webinar will be entitled Disaster Recovery and Backup, which is something that is extremely important. A lot of organizations uh, not may not recognize how important it is to have a good backup strategy and to have a good way to have disaster recovery of your data. And so it seems like perhaps it's a bother up front, and maybe there's some upfront costs. But when an organization loses its data or there is a disaster, um, 90% of the organizations that do not have a backup and recovery strategy up front before a disaster happens, they end up going out of business within the next 24 months. That's a statistic of looking at disasters that have taken place and looking at these organizations who did not have a backup strategy. So we want to make sure that a backup strategy is in place. And so next month's webinar, we're going to talk about how to do that in a cost-effective and in a very easy way. And that's going to be on April 12th. So hope all who are here today can also make that one. And certainly thank you. So if there is no questions yet, you're free once again to email me, and I will answer any questions that you may have on Windows 10 or any of our past webinars that we've had. And so Maya will be indicating who our winner is this morning.